Wagwan, beautiful people.
What's up, guys?
Welcome once again to another episode of Cooking with Nino. Today I'm going to be making, guys, some mashed potato. Garlic mashed potato to be exact. And I've got my ingredients all laid out here. I've got a couple of different colors of potato, but they're pretty much all the same thing. The color is just going to add a little bit of color and texture to it. I've got some spring onions. I've got some sour cream, some butter, some salted butter down at the bottom there. I've also got a clove of garlic. Good. And I'm going to get going by adding some water to my pan. Okay, also some salt in my water, and I'm going to bring it to a tumbling boil before adding my potatoes. So
I see you have your favorite pot.
This is my favorite pot from one of my very favorite person in this whole wide world. Miss you, girl. So once I have my potatoes, I mean, some people opt to drop the whole potato in the pan. I like to cut them probably in about a quarter. And then what that does, guys, and that helps it to cook a lot faster. So I just cut away. I just cut them in 4. And as soon as I cut them in 4, I just drop them right into the salted water. All right, so I get our potatoes in there, but we have to make sure that we do wash our potatoes before we get them cooking, guys. That's very important because especially these ones, still got the skin on board, and we're going to be leaving the skin on there for texture. So just cut them in 4, and we'll just drop them in. And in no time, these puppies are cooked. So I've got my garlic here, guys, and we've got 2 options when we've got a whole clove of garlic. We can either opt to drizzle some olive oil on it, put it in the pan, put it in the oven, roughly at about 450 degrees, and allow it to just get soft. Then we can just pluck it out of the clove straight into the mashed potato and continue to mash. In this case, what I'm going to be doing is just removing the little dark edge off the garlic. Okay, just remove the little dark edge off it. Usually it's only on one tip. And right here I've got 5 cloves. And I'm just going to drop it in the water with my mashed potato. And then I'm going to just mash the whole thing together to give it that pungent garlic flavor.
And how long are we going to have this boil for?
Well, we're going to have the potatoes boiling for as long as it takes in order to soften them. So how we can test that, once it's soft and we just put a knife in and just give it a hold, it will slip right off. If it's cooked, it will slip right off. Now this is holding pretty firm as this just got in the water. So we're looking at maybe about 15 minutes. 15-20 minutes to get that going. So while I've got my potato and my garlic all cooking, I'm going to be slicing my green onions. Okay, I'm going to give it a little wash. And I like to get a knife. I like to use a knife that I can handle. In this case, I'm using a little paring knife. You can opt to use a chef knife, a cleaver, whatever it is you choose to use. For me, this, my little Henkel. And we'll show you the link in the description below. But my Henkel is my favorite knife. And I'm just going to go about and I'm just going to give a little slice away. And I'm just slicing up my green onions, or you can use chives, whatever it is you have. So I like to do it nice and thin, just so it gives that look as if I've used chive, but it's really a green onion. So you got to be very careful when you do this. Take your time, nice and slow, and just get the slices in. Look at that, that's plenty there. I'm going to be getting a little pan, and I'm also going to be getting some butter. It'd be nice to get the butter melted. Okay, this way, instead of using cold butter, we use warm butter, and that will keep the temperature on our potato quite high. If we start adding a cold ingredient to a hot ingredient, we're just going to cool the whole thing down. So let me just put a bit of butter in the pan, and I'm just going to turn the burner on just to get it going. I'm going to put a little piece more. How's that? Okay. I like butter. Butter is one of my favorite. I enjoy using butter. I enjoy cooking with butter.
And how much butter are you using?
Right now, I'm probably using about 4 ounces of butter. And I'm just gonna allow it to melt slowly. And it's just gonna be perfect when it's time to add it to our mashed potato. When the potato's all cooked, the butter's all set. Okay, so I've got my potatoes in the water boiling for about 15 minutes, and I'm just gonna check to make sure it's cooking. The way I do that, I normally just use a knife. I just pierce it and just wait for it to slide. Is it sliding? I mean, that's not sliding all the way down. Look at that. You'll get others that will slide a lot easier. I'm just gonna drain the water off my potato. I've got a strainer all set up here just to get all the liquid out of there. In doing so, just get the potato back in the pot. And now I'm going to be adding my butter. Put my butter in there. Just pour it all in. All right, a little salt and pepper to taste. You can put as much or as little as you like. It's entirely up to you. It all depends on your taste buds. Put a hit of salt there. Why not? And I've also got some sour cream here. I'm going to be adding some sour cream. One. I will just add 3. I'm going to make it nice and creamy. And I'm also going to add my onions.
So you're chopping skins on.
Oh yeah, leave the skin on. It adds a really nice texture. And I don't want to make it too mushy. Just, you know, I like to have a little bit of a texture. You know, some soft, some hard, some buttery. Look at that. That looks absolutely lovely. As you can see, guys, I've got my garlic mashed potato with my green onions, a little sour cream in there, and let me tell you, that looks very smooth. Lovely.
Tastes good?
It tastes absolutely lovely. So now I've got my steak all set, my Brussels sprouts, and now my potato. We're going to piece it all together and make a lovely dish. So we're going to be putting the link below for all the recipes. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys, and let me know how your mashed potatoes turn out, and we'll see you on the next episode.